Sports, where athletes bring us career-defining moments.
The Miami Heat, they've done it. They win their first championship in franchise history.
Tomlinson off the left side. Tomlinson sidesteps. Hello, history books.
Dynasties being created and destroyed.
Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Unreal.
And of course, the unthinkable.
This is caught. Diggs. Sideline. Touchdown. Unbelievable. Vikings.
And me? Well, I'm here to give you the truth. The one aspect that will never lie, the numbers. There's no dancing. There's no singing. None of that, man. Not very happy. And it's nothing. It's less to do with the fact that I hate the Chiefs, which y'all know I hate the Chiefs. More to do with how the game went. But that's why we're doing this video. So it's Victory Monday. We're gonna go ahead and start the day with flipping the M to a dub because it's Monday. You know, it's Victory Monday. 3 biggest questions for you from this past weekend, the Super Bowl weekend, biggest game in sports. Who, what, and why? But before we get into the who, what, and why, I just want to say that the head ref for this game was Bill Vinovich, the same ref that led the NFC Championship game crew last year. If y'all remember, the NFC Championship game last year was Rams and Saints. Coincidence? Nah. But anyway, and I just want to say before I get too deep into this that the refs don't decide the game. The game still has to be played, all right? But they do influence the game. And they open up possibilities that should not be there, as well as taking away a different set of possibilities. For example, in that Saints-Rams game, there was no pass interference called. Everybody knew it should have been called. Saints settle for a field goal. Game goes to overtime. They make that call. Now the Saints can go down. They might score. They might fumble. They might throw a pick. Who knows? They might get sacked and still have to kick the field goal. Who knows? But those possibilities are taken away because the call isn't made like it's supposed to be made. Like we're supposed to be watching the other set of possibilities. But anyway, I just wanted to say that. The players still decide the game with their play on the field. The referees just have a big impact on that. So, who is most responsible for this loss for the 49ers? Kyle Shanahan is most responsible, but with help from the refs who were on Kansas City's side. But we'll get into that. What happened to the 10-point lead with under 7 minutes to go? I will show you better than I can tell you. I'm just going to say that. Next, why? Why did the 49ers ultimately lose this game? It was a combination of things. First, primarily was the coach. I did not like how Kyle Shanahan coached this game. And there were several instances where he wasn't aggressive enough, where he didn't run the ball where he should have. And let's keep going. Let's keep rolling, man. But let me get down into it. There were 3 drives in this game when I knew who was going to win this game. When I knew something was up. We're going to go through all 3 of these drives. So the first drive number 1, 49ers. This is the second drive of the third quarter. 4:03 is left in the third quarter. Of course, this quarter was 10-0 49ers. But I have to put emphasis on the stuff that should have been called that wasn't called because it matters. So there was a pass deep left to Emmanuel Sanders. Pass is incomplete. Ball could have possibly been caught if Sanders was allowed to run his route. He was being held so clearly The DB was dang near hugging the man in the middle of the route. Nothing was called. And actually, he could have challenged, Kyle Shanahan could have challenged this. Could have challenged and said, hey, maybe that's defensive holding, because that's now challengeable. Holding, pass interference is now challengeable. But anyway, so no call. Next play, 26-yard gain, that ends up being a touchdown. So I'm not as upset because they end up still scoring off of that. But like I said before, the game is still decided by the players. It's just impacted by the refs. So, drive number 2. First drive of the fourth quarter, guys. After completely dominating the third quarter. I mean, this is how third quarter literally went. Field goal by 49ers. Interception by the Chiefs. Touchdown by the 49ers. Interception by the Chiefs. It's completely 49ers game right now. It's 20-10. 49ers have all momentum. They start this drive off with a 6-yard run, then a 12-yard pass. They're still moving the ball fluently. 2 plays later, it's 3rd and 9. There's a false start called. All right, it's a fair call. It deserved to be called. He jumped early. The offensive lineman for the 49ers jumped early. You can see that on replay. He did. But the next play, following that call, there's no play on a false start. So following that call, there is a clear and obvious man jumping offsides. Passing for the Chiefs jumps offsides so clearly. It's ridiculous. I'm talking about when he jumps, everybody in the room that I was in watching the Super Bowl, we're all saying, oh, that's offsides, free play, offsides. The commentator is saying somebody may have jumped offsides. We'll see. No flag at all. I'm not going to talk about when Jimmy G got pushed out of bounds because I thought he was in bounds when he got pushed. That's what I think. I'm not going to say that was unnecessary reference. But that 5-yard penalty, it would have taken them from 3rd and 14, which they just got from the false start, back to 3rd and 9. Mind you, they had not had a 3rd and 14 all game. Also, they were 2 out of 4 on 3rd down so far. That's 50%. So I like their chances of converting on 3rd and 9. They had been converting. They were moving the ball fluently, as I said. There's no call. Jimmy G gets 3 yards out of the scramble. Now they're punting the ball. He gets 3 yards because the pressure comes through the line. Because of this guy jumping clearly offsides, he's jumping offsides and rushing. It's not like he's jumping offsides and then backing up. But even then, it's still offsides, so it should be called. But it wasn't called. Drive number 3. And this is what sealed the game, literally. So in those first 2 drives, the 49ers are up. They're up. This last drive, they're down. It's 24-20. It's the 3rd drive of the fourth quarter. There's 1:33 left in the fourth quarter. Delay a game. 4th and 10. I know you're like, well, delay a game, but they didn't call it. So how is that? Listen. So this delay a game penalty, right? For all you people that rooted for the Chiefs, put it this way. If they did not call this delay a game penalty and the 49ers get a first down, what is everybody talking about the next day? The delay a game that wasn't called, right? But because it's not called and the Chiefs get a sack, nobody cares. Nobody wants to talk about it. Well, I'm here to talk about it. That stuff matters. But like I said, it's still on Kyle Shanahan as well. Kyle Shanahan sees the play clock. He could call timeout. It's 4th and 10. He could call timeout. I understand you don't want to do that with that little time remaining. You don't want to do that, but if the clock is gone, you got to call it. But even then, if it's a delay of game, the ref should call delay of game. And now, am I mentioning this if the 49ers get the first down on delay of game? Maybe. It's unlikely. Maybe. There was a point in the game where 49ers were offsides. They were offsides. They didn't call it on the defense side of the ball. But that is what it is, man. I have no patience for stuff like this. If the game would have happened, like the Titans game, I wasn't mad. The Texans game, I wasn't mad. But this game, It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. And you think, well, what are the storylines that they had to promote? What did the refs have to gain from this? Well, just think about this. So, everybody that the Chiefs have beaten on the way to the Super Bowl, they've beaten the Patriots. Regular season or not, they beat the Patriots. Okay? So, they went and beat the Texans. All right, that's fine. But they went and beat the Titans. Head coach used to be a Patriots player. Maybe not as big. Maybe not as big. Jimmy Garoppolo used to be a Patriots player. Does anybody remember Deflategate? Does anybody remember Spygate? Y'all don't think this has any impact? Okay, all right. Well, let's keep going. Let's keep going. So, it's the NFL's 100th season, right? It's up in lights. NFL's centennial season. It's great. The first Super Bowl was the Packers and the Chiefs. That's why I wasn't gonna be surprised if the Packers made the Super Bowl, because they would be just recreating Super Bowl I. But guess who lost Super Bowl I? The Kansas City Chiefs. Guess what coach in this game was 0-1 in the Super Bowl? Andy Reid. I know these are numbers, I know. But just listen. So you take a doomed franchise, a franchise that had been trash, just completely trash since the 60s. They hadn't won a Super Bowl since the 60s. First team to ever lose the Super Bowl. Why not have them win it? Why not take this coach that has been choking all of his career and have him win the Super Bowl? Against a team that was clearly better, that was clearly dominating the game 4 quarters. 4 quarters. Actually, I'll give you 3 quarters. 3 quarters. Because Kansas City won the first quarter 7-3. Second quarter, like we talked about, second quarter was 7-3 49ers. That's why it was 10-10 and a half. 7-3 49ers. It should have been more than that. But Kittle, pass interference, that was a good call. I'll give you that. That was a good call. His arm was extended. By the rule book, his arm is extended. Contact initiated. He catches the ball. That's offensive pass interference. That's fine. But, I mean, come on, man. How more obvious can you be with this stuff? And I know y'all like, well, he hates the Chiefs. That's why he's saying that. I hate the Broncos as well. But I didn't have all this to say about the Broncos. I didn't. I shouldn't have all this to say about the Chiefs. And it's not really about the Chiefs. It's about the refs. It's about the NFL promoting the storyline that they want to see. Patrick Mahomes also, another thing, Patrick Mahomes, Madden cover guy. They're trying to get rid of the Madden cover curse, right? Because the Madden cover curse says you're not going to win if you're on the cover of Madden, right? Patrick Mahomes, he can do it. Even though last year he threw 50 touchdowns, this year he didn't even get to 30. But it's cool. That's what we want to promote. Another thing to think about. The Rams and Kansas City Chiefs game last year with all that high scoring that everybody loved to watch. Everybody's, man, this should be the Super Bowl matchup. Rams go to the Super Bowl and lose. They only score 3 points. The Chiefs have 10 points in the fourth quarter. It's not looking good. People are like, well, we don't like to see defense anymore. That's what people want to watch, right? So they can't possibly let the Rams lose the Super Bowl and then let the Chiefs lose the Super Bowl, because that's too much against what the new fans want, right? Fans like me appreciate defense and appreciate fair game calling. But anyway, that's all I got to say. I could talk about this all day, man. Big news before I go. Totally unrelated to this game. I will be taking a 2-week hiatus. And I will be back. Just give my mind a break. Get some fresh new ideas for you guys. Drop some video ideas in the comments below. Let me know what you guys want to see next. You know, NBA season is heating up. All-Star Weekend is coming up. March Madness is just a month away now. Y'all know I gotta talk about March Madness. Gonna have to talk about the draft. There's a bunch of stuff left to talk about, man. I know we're not gonna have football until August again, late August, early September. But man, it's your boy Jay. Thank y'all for watching, man. I love y'all. Oh, before I go, I can't forget. It's my 1 year anniversary for my YouTube channel. Next weekend is my 1 year anniversary for my YouTube channel. Follow my sports page on Instagram, Facebook, not on Twitter at the moment, but Instagram and Facebook, Numbers Fan J, of course. It's my anniversary. Wish me happy anniversary, man. Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. If you're new, thank you for your view. I appreciate you. I see y'all in 2 weeks, man. We out of here.